Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
What we eat, what we wear. It all starts somewhere. And if it's good, it usually starts with a farmer. And that somewhere is right here in Alabama. In a field, in a barn, on a tractor. Right now, there's a farmer starting something good for all of us. And it all starts right here in Alabama.
Hello and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Mary Wilson.
And I'm Kevin Worthington. Normally, we feature the good things that are here in our home state. But today, we're flipping the show a little bit by only featuring things you can't find here in an episode we're calling Ain't in Alabama.
That's right. Now, craft beers are the trend across the country, but you can't make beer without hops. Thanks to our friends at the Illinois Farm Bureau, we'll show you how hops are grown.
Ooh boy, let me tell you, them crawfish is mighty fine, I guarantee. Now, I know not everybody in Louisiana talks like that.
Oh, Kevin, nobody in Louisiana talks like that.
Well, maybe not, but they sure do raise some fine crawfish, and we're headed down to Cajun country to see how they do it.
But to get started today, how about some sugar?
Mary, my wife is watching this show.
No, I mean table sugar. There are folks scattered around Alabama that raise a little cane, but in Texas, they do everything big.
Right.
Our friend Ed Wolf from the Texas Farm Bureau shows us how sugar cane is planted, harvested, and winds up in the sugar bowl on your table.
The sweetest crop in Texas, sugarcane, only grown in the Rio Grande Valley. Bryce Wilde and his family are some of the few farmers left raising cane in Texas, making the state a little sweeter.
I love growing sugarcane because it really is sweet. I mean, we can drive around on the turn row and cut a stalk and chew into it and really get that sugar taste.
Growing sugar is very different than Bryce's other crops like corn and cotton. From start to finish, growing cane is the definition of unique. For example, you don't plant a seed, but a stalk, called a billet.
Right here, these rings, we call them internodes. Each internode ideally has a bud, if you can see the bud right here, and we'll plant that into the ground, and that's where the sugarcane emerges from.
It takes about 12 to 16 months for the cane to mature. Sugarcane is a retooning crop, meaning after it's harvested, the stubble is left in the ground and new growth starts. The plant can be cut and left to regrow for 4 or more years before needing to replant. When harvest time kicks off around October, things really start to heat up.
The main reason we burn our cane is for harvest efficiency. They start burning from the perimeter, and they start on the outside, and they burn the whole outside with a flamethrower, and it goes up. A 40-acre field would go up in 20 to 30 minutes, very fast.
The fire will consume the leafy matter of the plant, but not the cane, which contains the sugar, leaving the field ready to cut. Safety is their primary concern, plus protecting the environment by following state regulations. Within a day, harvesters are running, cutting the stalks into 8 to 12-inch billets. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job. Every time a buggy is filled, it's about 10 tons of sugarcane, all heading to Texas' one and only sugar mill.
All that sugarcane is conveyed to the mill. They start by washing it to get all the dirt off of it, and then they go through the milling and crushing process.
The mill processes about 1,000 tons of raw sugar a day. 7 large rollers take the cane stalks and separate the juice from the fiber. The fiber is used as fuel to make steam and electricity, making the mill carbon neutral. The juice is heated to create sugar crystals and backstrap molasses, eventually separating it using centrifugal force. The molasses goes to feed cattle. The raw sugar is ready to be refined into the tiny white grains that sweeten our tea and desserts.
It's gratifying to be able to produce a crop that we see in restaurants and that we see on people's tables, and and stuff like that. We're really proud of that.
The Rio Grande Valley climate, soil, water, and people, all perfect for growing the U.S.'s third largest supply of sugarcane. 126 farmers, 500 mill employees, all working together to make life sweet.
Florida actually leads the U.S. in sugarcane production, followed by Louisiana, then Texas and Hawaii.
Interestingly, if you rank it just by how much is produced, sugarcane is the world's largest crop, with 1.8 billion metric tons produced in 2017. By the way, Brazil produces the most, accounting for 40% of the world total.
That's a lot of sugar.
You got it.
After water and tea, beer is one of the most popular drinks in the world, but it just wouldn't be the same if it weren't made with hops. Up next on Simply Southern, we'll show you what hops are and how they're grown.
Life insurance can be hard to talk about. Understanding the basics is important to ensure that you and your loved ones are covered. Term life offers protection for a select period of time and is typically a cheaper alternative to whole life. Whole life and universal life are policies that build cash value as each premium is paid. Alpha can help determine which one is best for you. To learn more, visit alphainsurance.com. These Alpha Insights are proudly presented by Alpha Insurance.
Wear long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed-toed shoes. Don't be ticked. Use repellents with 20% DEET on skin and 0.5% permethrin on gear and clothing. Don't be ticked. Avoid sitting on rotten logs or stumps. Don't be ticked. Protect yourself from serious tick-borne illnesses and seek timely treatment to prevent long-term problems. No hunters were angered in the making of this film.
Soybean is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
Hello, my name is Tim Horton and this is my wife Kim Horton, and we're here at Willow Oak Lodge. We're on roughly 600 acres inside the preserve.
It was important for us to create a place where families felt welcome and not just, a hunting camp. We book just cabin rentals. We do a lot of corporate events.
One of the big things that's important to me is follow-up, regardless of who you're dealing with. And Alabama Farm Credit is wonderful with follow-up. You're going to find something out if you need an answer that day.